Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back. Now, before we get started, I wanted to thank you all for the support. We just hit 100 subscribers on the channel. Really appreciate you guys, and hopefully we can make it to 1,000 before the end of the year. Now, before we dive in, I've got to lay down some ground rules. I'm about to show you some Telegram channels that touch on some topics that are borderline illegal. So remember that this is purely for educational purposes, and if you misuse this information, that's on you, not on me. Also, definitely keep your eyes open for any sketchy links in these channels. Keep in mind that clicking on most of them is definitely a no-go. All right, now that we've got that out of the way, let's jump right into this GitHub repo called Fastfire, which I cannot recommend enough. Now, this bad boy is jam-packed with cyber threat intelligence goodies. There's even a whole section dedicated to Telegram channels about threat intel. Now, don't sleep on this. These channels can vanish in the blink of an eye, and then new ones pop up just as fast. The community kind of keeps this list up to date, so make sure you double check it every time. You'll see whether each channel is up and running or not with a simple online or offline tag, as you can see here. Now, before you go clicking join on any of these channels, let's talk strategy for a sec. Ideally, you'll want to use a Sock Puppet account and not a personal one, because trust me, the last thing you need is your real information floating around these corners of the web. Now, if you're wondering how many of these channels are out there, I'm telling you there's honestly too many to count, but don't worry about it. I've handpicked some of the cream of the crop for you. Today, we're going to cover channels for gathering threat intelligence, offensive security tools, and then we'll look into some, let's say, less than legal marketplaces. Now, first up, if you guys are into offensive security tools, and let's be honest, who isn't, you got to check out this channel called HackGit. Now, seriously, this is a gold mine. There's tons of tools, and what's more, they're all conveniently linked to GitHub repositories where you can get your download on. Definitely always do your due diligence. Make sure you're not downloading something sketchy from a repo that kind of looks like it's never seen the light of the day with 1 or 2 stars. There's a ton of really good stuff in here, and mostly this is a legit channel, so you shouldn't worry too much about getting infected with malware. Now, we're switching gears, and we can dive into the CVE-Notify. Now, this channel is kind of like your own personal bat signal for the latest CVEs. You're not just getting alerts. You'll often find GitHub links for exploits and proof of concepts. There's also deep dive write-ups that break down vulnerabilities. Talking about like a treasure trove of information, 100% recommend this channel. Really, really good. And it's pretty active. You'll get probably something like north of 100 alerts per day. Now, next on the list, you got to check out Hacker Tricks. Now, this channel is like an all-you-can-eat buffet for exploits and tools and some pretty awesome blog posts and write-ups. Now, the back catalog here is massive, so if you guys are thirsting for knowledge, you're definitely in the right place. Once again, this is a pretty legit channel, so you shouldn't, again, worry too much about getting infected, especially if you're looking for stuff on GitHub. Now, we can dial on to something for the hardware nerds among us. Now, there's this channel right here that's perfect for anyone who's into hardware pen testing. Just a little heads up, some posts here are in Portuguese because the channel mods are Brazilian, I think, but hey, that's what Google Translate is for, right? So you'll definitely find a lot of stuff, quirky, hardware pen tests, really good stuff. And it's a pretty active community once again. Now, talking about like hardware and especially IoT pen testing, there's another channel down here I'm going to show you in a second. Now, this one is called IoT-Security-101. I cannot recommend this channel enough, folks. Seriously, this is a treasure trove of everything IoT pen testing related. I'll also drop a GitHub link below so you can dive deeper. This VRU or V33RU. There's also a LinkedIn group that you can join to network with professionals in IoT and industrial IoT pen testing. This is an A+ resource. Mostly, once again, a legit channel, so you shouldn't worry too much about malware here. Now, last but absolutely not least, let me introduce you to the cybersecurity technologies. This channel is like a Swiss Army knife of cybersecurity. Now, we're talking exploits, red team tradecraft, there's like threat intel, and there's so much more. Now, even though this channel is legit, be wary and be very cautious when downloading PDFs or anything really. Now, whenever possible, make sure you're doing that in a sandbox environment, all right? Now, we can check out channels specific to cyber threat intelligence. Now, the first one is going to be this data leak monitor, which essentially is a counterpart to the CV Notify channel, which we saw earlier, in the sense that it provides a constant feed for the latest data breaches alongside source, detection, and possibly indicators of compromise or IOCs. Now, I cannot stress this enough. Be extremely wary of these links and do not just click on them or you'll be sorry. I promise you that. Now, next up, I can show you another channel. Now, if you guys are into stats and charts game, Dark Feed News is definitely your jam. Now, you won't find technical how-tos here. You'll get info on the world of threat actors. You'll find like the latest data breaches and even like ransomware attacks. But it's kind of a nice break from the nitty-gritty and a good channel to have in your rotation, if you ask me. Now, before we dive into the next bit about illegal marketplaces, let me slap another quick warning. Navigate these waters with cautions. Do not click, and I repeat, do not click random links, because most of them are probably teeming with malware, and getting infected is just one click away. Now, first on is the Zero Day Lab. Think of it as a kind of a swap meet for malware, data dumps. There's even pirated software. Now, when it comes to risk levels, this channel is like the Mount Everest of don't download this. So be smart and definitely resist the urge of downloading any random tool from right here, okay? Now, another similar channel is called HQ Combo. I'm going to show it to you, this one. Now, this Telegram group is essentially a marketplace for combo lists. If you guys are wondering what a combo list is, think private accounts, usernames, passwords, the whole shebang. Now, you'll even find config files and credentials for stuff like RDP connections and possibly like databases. It's a bunch of stuff and data you don't want floating around, so definitely handle it with care. You see that they're advertising for connections and different kind of stuff. Now, down here, there's another one called cbank_mark. Now, if you thought the HQ combo was shady, hold on to your hats, because this place sells private data, compromising data breaches. You can see here, we're talking user credentials, ID cards, even personal documents, and they're all going to the highest bidder. Now, I'm going to say this one more time. Don't trust anyone in these channels. Use this intel strictly for threat analysis. Now, the rabbit hole goes even deeper. We can check out this BradMax_cloud channel here. Now, in this channel, you'll find corporate logs and credentials that have been, let's just say, liberated, quote unquote, through malware like Raccoon and the Red Line Stealer. So if you stumble across this channel, proceed with extreme caution. I cannot stress this enough. Don't just click on, especially zip files or like shady download links. Just resist the urge to do any of that, because that would be very, very dangerous. Now, finally, we can talk activist groups. We're starting with the one and only GhostSec. Now, GhostSec's claim to fame lately has been breaching the Iranian government, and let me tell you, they love to talk about it. So what they'll do, they'll often drop links to the latest data dumps. There's one right here. They just brag about breaching into some like intelligence or like secretive operation done by the Iranian government. Once again, don't even think about clicking any of these links unless you're cool with walking into a trap. So don't do any of that. The next one I wanted to show you is called Anti-Plumbers. This one is also called DDoS Secrets. Now, these guys are kind of like GhostSec's long lost cousins. They leak sensitive data from government sites and big corporations, especially those that didn't pay up on ransomware demand. Now, the funny thing is that if you scroll up, they even have a fundraiser going on, which is definitely very ironic. Now, the last one on the list is going to be, I'm going to show this to you in a sec. We can go a little international with the next channel called Cyber Anarchy Squad. Now, I don't speak a word of Russian, but if you take a look at this channel, you don't have to be a linguist to know that they're probably messing with Putin big time. Now, all right, folks. So we've had our fun. Let's get real for a second. Use this information responsibly. This is for professional threat intel and legit security testing only. If you're in the business, this is pure gold. And if you're not, don't go looking for trouble. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye.